Welcome everyone in today's topic. I'm glad to have all of you today with me. And today's topic is about the idea that have been carried out. We are hearing it a lot of time about separation, our life, our personal or home life from our work life. Like, what do you think about the idea? Do you think it is practical? Like, we can separate our work life and everything happen at work from our personal or home life? Who wanted to start with that topic? Okay, let's give you my opinion. For me personally, I have been working in hospital for 3 years now. Okay, and what I can tell you that my opinion, it's not practical or not real. So why did I say that? Is because I'm the same person. Like, I'm the same person. For example, I can give you an example. For example, if I'm having a project or something I'm working at, okay, I will think about this project at work, and at the same time, when I came back home, I was still working on that project. I will still think of that project. I will still have ideas, new things that I can add to that project when I'm at home. Literally, I can spend the whole week just working on the same project at home. At the same time, like for example, if I'm having any issues, problems at home, I will not be as effective as I at work, you know? I will not be as effective as, for example, you're my siblings and you know that. Like, if you have something you're thinking about and you go to work, if, for example, you have any issues, problems, someone died, someone having any things, problems, sick or whatever, I'm the same person. Like, I found it very not practical, not only for me, even for other people I'm working with. What do you think? Do you think that we should have different personalities?
I mean, it depends about what you define as separation. So from my own perspective, I think what does that mean is that you need to separate or limit the time that you spend for work and the time that you spend for your own other responsibilities at home, for your own self or the family. So first, we need to limit the time for each task that you are doing. And also you should also focus on your the mental status, the family's hobbies that you are doing at home, not just the work. I mean, of course, a lot of young people or ambitious people will focus more on their work and to improve their own abilities and stuff, but also that could affect their own mental status and their relationship with the family. So I still think that it's important to separate. And I've been hearing this topic a lot lately because of the coronavirus, and people are starting to work from home. So they were finding a lot of difficulties to separate. So I have read a lot of tips how to do that. So I think people really need to separate that, especially people who are or who have families and kids, because they also need some time for their child. Like, for me, I'm single, but for other people, it is a responsibility, a huge responsibility for the family.
I got you. You meant yeah, I can't understand that because I don't have kids or something. Yani. So I think yes, I could not be related to what you said, because as I told you, when I'm having a project, I also think of it all the time until I finish it. Maybe this is a personal thing. So as you said, I can imagine, like, if I have a kids or something, I might not think as that. But at work, like for example, if you are the boss at your department, you would how could you excuse others? Like, how could you excuse others if they came to work with some issues? They will tell you, like, I can't work, something happened at home and I'm very sad, I'm very stressed, I'm very nervous.
I think that there should be like a limit for like the personal stuff, especially for the employees themselves. They need like to have some limit. I mean, that's only my own perspective. I haven't like really been in like a working field since I was like working just part-time.
Yeah, you were just in the
at university.
You finished the 4 years at university, right?
Yeah, it's like I was working only part-time jobs. So, and I think it depends also on the personality of everyone, because some people like to talk about their own personal, like about their own personal problems or
at
anything.
work.
Yeah, they like to.
They have a side chat.
Yeah, but for me myself, I don't like that. I think that you should have limit for what you, unless it was a necessity, like to tell your boss that you have like you're sick or someone is sick and you need to take care of him. But for like other things,
there should be rules and limits. I like your idea.
I think the environment itself, like it depends on the environment itself and like the workplace. Sometimes
I like the idea that you are really when you are at home, you'll focus on home duties, I guess, and when you are at work, you will not think of other things other than work. You're thinking of on in the moment.
On doing my job, like to do my job, especially if I'm working with someone. So they will give you a specific task to do, and then that's it. You will do it and you will go home. But if, as you mentioned, if it was your own business, I think this might differ a little bit, because it's your own business and you need to like focus on it, especially if it was a family business, I think.
So if it is your business, you will think of it no longer.
Yes, maybe.
Longer, like it's not like others' business, or you're working for the government, or you're working for,
because they are giving you a specific task and they are expecting you to do it. Same. Like,
so even if you have any home issues, you will do that task and that's it.
Yeah.
It's not like you own the business and you will still think how to develop what's happened with other staff. What did they? Yeah, you're right. Like if yes, you're completely right. Like if for example, it depends also on the strategy of the owner of the. For example, the boss of the department, like they should know when to excuse their employees. If the employee came to you and they are having a sick child, or they are having
a like urgent situations.
Yes.
In that like
yes, they are having something very urgent. You should have the empathy and give them, for example, if they are emotionally shocked, for example, you will give them, for example, take 2 hours break and come back to work. Or if they have, for example, a sick child, you will give them 2 days off. It's like this. But and also it's depend. I think it's dependent on the employee itself. For example, on the employee himself. For example, if the employee is very hard worker and is doing the job completely well, you will know that this employee is really having something.
Exactly.
Yeah. But if the employee, for example, is always lazy and
complaining and doing this stuff, you will know the person himself. And what I was like wanting to mention is like, as I said, for families, a lot of parents like think that, especially with the coronavirus, like they want to spend more time with their children at home. So they started like to do some tips, or tell people some tips, like to have a specific room for their own work, and then to dress for their work, even if they are at home. So to create that environment,
because you might get lazy and at home.
Exactly, because at home you only think about your family and what you will do with them. But they started to like create the environment for like as if it's a real work.
Yeah, good idea. I like it.
So they are trying to separate, and I think
it's a good. It's really if it isn't ideas, it's good ideas. But my thing is, I tried working. I'm still at the same work, and if we come to the practical side, yes, everyone at the department, they will do their job. But you know, if you have something, as I told you, and it will not be as effective as it is, even for me. And because we are working in a governmental sector, let's say that, not everyone is willing to participate in some external projects, because
That's true,
yes, as you said, your point is very crucial. You said that it's depends if you have a family, kids, and how large is the family is. Like these women with children and big responsibilities at home, they will avoid extra tasks at work. So this is also, I think, it's depending. So it's depend on the family, we can say, family responsibilities as well. I will take your idea. It depends also on the family responsibilities, and to define how huge is the task that you will carry with yourself at home, or even in the current moment with the coronavirus, as you said, the mother or the father, they will carry certain responsibilities with them at their homes, and if they have more free times, they will do more. So what about you, Muhammad? What do you think about the whole topic? I know we talked a lot already. So what do you think about the whole topic? You didn't try working before. You did only schooling, I think half year of university. Am I right?
1 year.
1 year. It's one year in university. So yeah, what do you think? Could you separate your school issues? Maybe you have some problems with some guys or some people. When you are coming home, is this the same? Or you can forget everything behind your back once you enter the door?
If you're just a student, you don't have another job, you can focus in your study. You don't have to separate your life and from your school. So the school will finish after 4 years. So you have to focus on your studying and doing your best to finish that and start working after schooling. But if you already work or you have another job, you have to separate school life from the.
I mean, work life.
Yes, you have to separate that.
But I mean, if I want your experience, like if we talk about schooling and specifically about school, could you separate your problems at school from your problems at home? For example, you got into a fight with your father or your twin. You have a twin.
Okay.
So it's very interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. So maybe you have some problems at home. Are you gonna function well at school? It's like you are having nothing happened at home. Like you will go happy to school, participate in classes, do everything, even if you have home issues. What do you think? Like, could you do that?
About myself, I don't face problems at home because I'm not the older son, or I have older brothers than me. So I don't have problems.
You don't face it directly. I mean, the problems will happen between the eldest of the family.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a good point. So you are not facing the problems directly, so you don't get affected that much.
Yes, exactly.
This is what you want to say.
Yes.
Okay, so generally, when you are going to school, when you are going, for example, to university, you are not affected. So does it affect your performance at university?
As I told you before, I don't face the problems
directly.
So I don't
get affected.
Yes, I don't have this experience. In fact, my problem not at home. My problem's coming from the school.
So, if we take your problems at school, when you come home, you function normally at home? Yeah, your relationship with your siblings, your family, is it normal? Even if you have problems, or you're depressed and staying at your room and doing nothing?
So at home, I'm not showing my emotions, so my family don't know about my problem. I solve it by myself.
Mm-hmm. So you mean most of the problems you are not show them, but I believe that some big problems you show to us because it does need some interaction.
Yeah, of course. If the problem was small, I can face it. So I don't tell my father.
Mm. So actually, the type of problems at school is depend on the severity.
Yeah.
We can say, and yeah. So what about you, Abdurrahman? What's your ideas? Like, did you have any experience with the topic? Did you have any problems at school or problems at home, and how does that affect your relationship with work or at home?
I agree with Muhammad. It depends on the size of the problem. If it is need to interact from my family, I will.
You'll get their advice, yeah. You'll let them know.
Yeah. But if it is small, I will fix it by myself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, what you mentioned, both of you, it's the school problems, which is another topic, I think. Mm-hmm. But Abdurrahman, does that problems at school make you, for example, depressed at home, affect your performance at home? You cannot, for example, you're not playing much when you came back at home. You are sad, you are depressed in your rooms. Do you feel that, or it is okay with you?
No, it's okay. I am not aggressive in
schools.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know him. He's very kind person.
And also they brought a very important topic, is like the need to get advice from other people if it's needed.
For example, okay, I want to ask you, both of you. I want to get your real opinion because you didn't try working before. So I really want to know, how does people think? How does, for example, both of you think that if you work in the future, how do you feel? Do you feel like, no, I should be strict at my work and separate my work from my home life? Do you think that really it does happen? Because I want to get your opinion because you didn't try it before. Do you think this what should people do?
I think it's based on how what's your job, like if you have your own company.
Same as Sarah's point.
Yes. But if you work for another company or for the government, you have to base the work.
You have to separate, yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So you will not think much because you didn't own the thing. You think that?
Yes.
You think that?
You will work for the company or the government. You will work for them.
You will do the full job and then you will go home. Yeah. You will not think much.
Yes.
You think that?
Yes.
Yeah. You really think that?
Yes.
But did you agree with my point that I said? If you have problems at home, you will not function as effective as you really are when you are at work.
It depends on the priority. If the problem is urgent, you have to solve.
This is a very good point.
You have to solve it today or tomorrow. But if the problem are usually happen, you can.
So you can leave your work and focus on the problem. You mean, right?
Yes.
This is a very valid point, actually. If the problem is urgent, he said, we should solve it first. I think this applied also to work. If your work or the task is very urgent and you need to finish it, you will carry it with you, even if you are even if you will do it at home, even if you will finish it at home, right?
Yes.
This is a very good point. This is the balance, I think. It's depend on the priorities. So thank you so much for your opinions today, and hopefully we can see you in another topic.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.